boys and girls. Thanks for joining us again for another interesting episode from the Football Fan Zone. And yes, the long-awaited Premier League season has finally kicked off. We've seen all the how do I put it now? We've seen all the stars in action. We've digested a lot from this weekend's Premier League action, and we're here to sort of break down what we've seen. So you know how we do it. First of all, I have to do my introductions. I'm going to start with the guest, special guest that is joining us today on the show. The blue in the house, or a fellow blue is joining us today. Mr. Iwarizi, mate, how are you doing? How are you feeling? h- how do you see the Premier League weekend?
Fine. Thank you, guys. Thank you guys for having me. Uh, Honestly, I've been excited about the season, though, considering Chelsea ended the last season beautiful and we are champions of the world. So I don't think they can win the Premier League, but I just believe it's going to be an interesting season. That's just what I can
Oh,
say.
oh,
Yeah,
all right, all right, all right. Champions of the world. Okay.
yeah. For 4 years, very important.
All
Champions of the
right,
world
all
for
right,
4 years.
all right. All right, we've heard. It's okay, it's okay. It's for we don't hear.
You're going to be hearing it for 4 years, bro.
Nah, FIFA man. What have you done to us? 4 years, what? Champions of the world for 4 years. Kilo day. All right, all
Just so
right.
you know, 20 years
What?
from now, it's going to be bigger than Champions League. Just so you know. But go ahead. Don't worry.
All right, all right. Let me introduce Chooks into the house. Chooks the Guna. Chooks coming off the back of a big away win. How you feeling, mate?
1-0 to the Arsenal. 1-0
Nah,
to the Arsenal.
nice one.
Some of us collected 3 points this week. But
Yes.
Yeah.
I heard Adam's going to use that Club World Cup plate to eat his own 3 points. Eventually he will. But let's have a moment's silence for George. As last week is the last time we're going to see him on the podcast. Adams, I can guarantee you, the next time we're seeing George is next year.
Next
When,
preseason.
when he's telling us how they have to replace Sesko because Sesko doesn't make runs, and how they have to build the team around Bruno Fernandes, and how they have to change their goalkeeper. And after they do all that, they are going to compete for Premier League titles. I told George, I know you're going to be watching this episode. Hold that. You played well, right? Hold that. Do you know who my manager has the most wins on? George. It's okay. Let me
Chicks,
relax.
let me just hold on. Let me yeah, relax. Let me introduce. The big
Chicks is
boss.
excited, man. He's
The
excited.
boss.
I like it, man. I like it. I like it. It's
The
the
Happy
season
one.
has
Adams.
started.
Allow them.
Let me
Happy
introduce
one.
the Adams. The Adams. How are you feeling, man? Yeah, the Black Cats are back in the Premier League. The Sunderland are back.
Stop
You know.
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Behave. Don't allow Adams to
That yeah,
yes.
man. We're back. Price, thank you. After what? 8 years, man. We're back. We're
Yeah,
back in with the big boys. Three
yeah.
new win against West Ham. We're back,
First
man.
time,
We're
yeah.
back.
Sunderland is back. Yeah. But that's not a Sunderland jersey you're wearing. Why? What's that? What's going on?
Yeah, you still have to rep for the champions of the world. You know, you still, you still have to rep for the champions of the world regardless.
Ah, all right. Fair. No, all right, guys. Yeah. So let's without much ado, let's sort of sink our team into the sort of action and sort of break down what we saw this weekend. I think there's only one place to start, right? Let's start with the big game of the weekend, the game that all the build up was all about. The two traditional big teams. Arsenal versus Manchester United. And I don't know if the results sort of came as a surprise, but I think majority of people sort of like would have predicted that Arsenal was going to win that game, and that was what happened. Though the scoreline, some people say, doesn't reflect the whole story of the game. So that is what I'm sort of going to sort of ask the guys today. Does the scoreline sort of reflect what we saw, or what can we take out from the game, right? Let me start with Chooks, the Guna in the house, who is sort of excited with 3 points. I don't know if you're excited about the performance, but Chooks, let me first start with you. What were your thoughts on the game today?
I mean, for one, right? And I say this. I'm not trolling. This is not for jokes. There are certain fixtures, and all of us have our individual clubs where you don't care about performance.
Okay.
You just care about the results. And this is one of the, like, I don't know if you saw the graphic on our record at Old Trafford. We've only won there 4 times. Like, this is not a place we go to and we win games. These games usually end in draws, whatever. This is the first game of the season. They are going to be jumping. I There was no moment in that game where I felt like, I don't know, we we couldn't see out once we went to 1-0. Because I was telling George, the only way this game is going to be really, really explosive is if you guys score first. If you let us get a first goal with the defense we have, we're going to soak up pressure, and what is going to happen is they will end you. It's end up flattering you because it will look like you created a whole bunch of stuff because you have the ball. But I mean, if there's anything we have, we know how to defend. So the performance, I'm not the game against Leeds. Yeah, I'm going to be looking out for like individual performances, but this is the kind of game where we just had to get out of there. Like, it was an ugly win. We had to just get the 3 points. So I don't really care about individual performances today. I'm just happy we went there, we survived that Old Trafford aura, and we got out there with 3 points. Next week I can talk to you about player performances. But today was only about getting 3 points from our perspective. I didn't really care about performance. 1-0, 2-0, 4-0. I don't care. I just want 3 points because we legit don't beat these guys in their own home. So to do it first game of the season, all eyes was on us. Adams was Pius, especially Pius was preparing his agenda for my boys. For them to go in there and come up with 3 points, I don't have anything to complain about. I'll allow you guys to do all the analysis. I know Uzo is trying to jump in soon to tell me everything bad about how we played. So I'll leave that to you guys.
All right, all right. Let me get it. I don't know if you saw the game, the United versus Arsenal game. I just want, what were your general thoughts on the game?
I watched the game. I think if I was an Arsenal fan, I think I should be worried a bit though. But it's good. Trooks is excited though. At least they won. Trimper is more important thing. But they didn't play well at all. That's the problem. And
Hmm.
so many of their players like Declan Rice, Saka. Let me leave Gyökeres. This is just his debut, so at least he'll get in flow. But those guys, they felt like they were still on holiday, and United should have won, or at least United should have gotten a draw. But Martinelli is non-existent, so a lot of Arsenal players didn't play very well. The back line and those guys they always show up. Saliba, Gabriel, Calafiori, and White, they will always turn up here. But Arsenal didn't play well at all. United played so well. And considering the gulf of difference between both teams, the United finished about 14th or 15th last season. I can't remember the exact position. And Arsenal
Yeah.
took second. I thought Arsenal was supposed to be beat them, maybe not beat them properly, but 1-0, but have a way better performance. Instead, they scored a goal that some people thought should be, it's not meant to be a goal. And United had a penalty. VAR didn't review it. United hit the post. Like so. Ayasa, like Chuk said, run with your 3 points. But I'll be worried because it's first game of the season. But at the same time, Arsenal guys will come around, they will get their flow back. But it was a horrible performance for Arsenal. And you're supposed meant to be winning the title. So, well, good luck. That's what I'm going to say.
Why
It's
is I
strong,
don't
but
know.
good luck.
This is analysis. I'm sensing some sort of bad belly.
No. No, but you watched the game but it wasn't a good show at all. It wasn't a good show. Nah.
Yeah, but yeah. I sort of get the point you made, but you can also spin it the other way, like Trix has said. Sometimes like they always say like for you when you are going for like aiming to win a title, even though this is just the
Only
first
game
game.
week one.
He
Already
smashed the
started.
Yeah, exactly.
wall.
You don't do it, and
Match.
even
You
for each.
it's
Match week one
later.
bias already started.
It's like 20, maybe match day 25, 26. You start saying things like this. Match day one, you're already talking about want to take the 3 points and run. So what's going to happen?
Well, we
No,
have to take the 3 points at Old all of you are going to go to Old Trafford. That's why I like this. Rezi, why I like our platform is Adam's going to put this on Twitter. And I'll
Okay.
bookmark everything you've said. I'm going to wait for you. If
We
you go
didn't
to
take
Old Trafford,
we
I
didn't
don't,
take
I
second.
don't win.
So Chelsea haven't won the Old Trafford for years now, but
Oh, so
it's
okay, so now
different.
you know.
It's
Exactly.
different for United, right? It's different for Arsenal. Sorry, we've not won in years, but you guys are the one trying to win the title. Yeah,
See champions of the world. So you are scared to go to Old Trafford.
all right.
Wow, nice one, Chooks.
Yeah, bro. See champions of the world. Mm. I'll, I'll,
But
I'll, I'll be waiting.
enjoy your 3 points. The most important thing you got the 3 points. That's the most important thing. You got the 3 points. So
Exactly. So I think
yeah, yeah.
I think that's the thing for me. Like yeah, you can say that's not enough player, but that's the sort of like the mark of a good team or a good side. You don't play well in a big away ground and then you still end up winning. So that's a plus, and that's like title
Don't
credential
badly.
stuff. If
That's what we're saying. They played bad.
All right, the Adams, the Adams. Let me get your own view on this. Right, what are your own thoughts?
Yeah, if I was an Arsenal fan, I'll be happy with the 3 points. To be
All right.
honest, yeah, I'll just be like, 3 points in the bag. Um, when it comes to all this, you didn't play well, you played well, bro. I'm a Chelsea fan, man. I don't really care. Like, as long as I win the game, I just want to win, right? I get that people are saying, it wasn't impressive. Some of the players were not exciting. Gyökeres, for example, he looked way off. But Manchester United is the first game of the season. Manchester United are not going to deceive me. I know what they are. Look, that game,
They flipped.
that game, they still don't have a goalkeeper. They still don't have a decent midfield. Mbuemo and Cunha, okay, they had decent games. By the way, I can't still believe that somehow we let Cunha go to Manchester United because
Ah
he's
man, he was looking electric.
nah,
He's a,
he's
he's a baller now.
yeah, he's
He's
that,
a
that,
baller.
that he can play. No, that
Yeah,
boy, that boy is truly one of those Brazilians.
yeah.
Remember those old school Brazilians, not these new ones like Martinelli. Yeah,
Now Martinelli
Fake,
is from
those are fake
Dominican.
Brazilians. I don't
No,
know where
yeah,
Martinelli is Dominican. It's
he's
not.
Yeah, I agree with you. We agree on something now.
yeah,
No,
he's one of those
Martinelli is not the.
Brazilians.
No, Adams, you're right, man. Cunha is like a Lamborghini they found in
Yeah.
Yaba
Yeah,
Tech.
man. Like, how did we
He's
let that
he's
happen?
not supposed to be there.
He's not meant to be there. Like,
Oh,
his level is just way above that team. And that's the thing with Arsenal, right? We'll talk about it's the first game of the season. Like, let's not get carried away. Nothing is won or lost on the first game of the
Yeah.
season, right? It's yes, you can set the tone of what you want to do. I know if you want to keep it consistent, we talked about Liverpool. Was it Carabao Cup? What do they call that
Community
competition
Shield.
again? Community Shield, and we're like, oh man,
Okay.
Liverpool, their new signings, they're looking spooky. Verts doesn't look like he's worth that amount of money. Kekesh and all those guys. And if you want to keep it consistent, we should say the same thing about Arsenal. But I just think that Arsenal will be fine in terms of the title challenge. Now, I don't know if they're going to win, but they will be fine in terms of like challenging for the title, first, second, they will be there.
They need to
No,
be
I don't think
I'm
I
winning.
don't I,
They
I
hmm?
don't
need to
think
be
that's good enough for their
winning. This is no
fans.
longer they will be fine. They need to be winning it,
Yeah,
Adams.
exactly.
They need
It's
to win
different
it.
thing.
Then that's a whole nother discussion. I don't know
Uh-huh.
about that. I don't know about winning, but we'll get to the conversation about prediction. I still think it will be them or Liverpool. Um, let's see what happens towards the end of the transfer window. If Liverpool get Isak, maybe it's not going to happen for us now again, except they go and get somebody else. But today's game, I'm not really bothered. If I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm not thinking too much about that game. Like you said, it's Old Trafford. A lot of us don't win at that stadium.
Yeah.
If I'm an Arsenal fan, I'm taking the 3 points and I don't care what any Manchester United fan says.
Hmm,
Okay.
hmm. Okay, Chooks, let me sort of ask you. I know you sort of agree with the point that you know Arsenal this season challenging is not that you don't want to be hearing, oh, Arsenal will be there challenging. You want to hear that Arsenal are one of the favorites to win, coming off of the last few seasons, based on the positions that you guys have had. So I know that one is not even up for discussion for you. But I wanted to ask you, like, this sort of style of play, like it seems like it's Arteta's sort of style of not wanting to take the initiative, especially when you're away to one of these so-called big teams. are you worried that this sort of style of play can come back and haunt you like in a another big team game
I
later on
mean,
in the season,
is
or yeah,
is what I
okay,
was is what I was telling Uzo last week, right? When
yeah,
people want to force the whole, we have to win.
yeah,
I don't think the way we're constructed right now we can win the league, right? Because
yeah.
for the last 3 seasons we haven't solved our main problem, and we're
Wow,
going
okay,
into a new season again without getting a different profile, right? Like even today, the problem, if I was to rate our performance today, everybody that watched, the main problem we had was we couldn't string passes together. And occasionally, you need someone like I don't know if you saw that the position where Cunha got the ball and just ran with it.
Yeah.
There's no need to pass, to get that chain of passes going to break. Sometimes you just need someone that can pick up the ball and just run. Next thing you know, you take two or three people, the defense has collapsed, and you make a decision. Someone that can do that, a very easy, right? We're dilly-dallying to see if we'll sign him or if we won't sign him. So let's say
hmm.
the window ends today. Like,
Oh,
yeah,
that's a
From,
backstage.
from the Spurs though. Wow. Oh, trouble.
yeah, like let's say the window ends today. Pius will not address that particular issue.
Hmm.
So, from that point of view, like if the play style is not working on match day, then we would face what we faced last season, because everyone knows our problem isn't the Uniteds, the Chelseas, even Liverpool. You guys know our problems are when you go to Craven Cottage on a nice hot afternoon and you can't
Hmm.
string anything together. And that's the day that Jimenez and Iwobi will know how to score with their only shot, literally the first shot they get on goal. Or you go to West Ham, you go to Everton. Those are the games where, like, I would need our signings, like our new striker, to perform. Not days like today. Obviously, that'd be nice to see him score, no problem. But those are the games that we need to get signings in for. Those are the games that we've struggled with. Like our top six record, we haven't lost the top six games since 2022 or
Hmm.
2023 rather. So that area is fine. But against some of these other sides, we need something different.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, choose. Let me see you sort of stay with you. You said something that you guys need a sort of like an Iberici is a profile sort of player. I know some. I don't think some Arsenal fans will agree with you. So what then? What happened? What then is the Odegaard's role in Arsenal team? And what's your view about him?
I mean, I feel like I've said on the podcast many times, he's the kind of player that would thrive when everyone around him is doing well. Like you can't go to him to be the person to kind of kickstart that ginger, right? Like today, Declan Rice, a little rusty. If Rice plays better, you will see him. He might start looking a little bit better. If Saka played a little bit better, that's just always been the problem with him. Every
Hmm.
big game we've had, even today during the commentary, Lee Dixon was talking about, he was like that he likes Odegaard as a person, but as a captain, he just feels like when the moments gets big, Odegaard kind of shies away. But obviously, as a captain, he's phenomenal. He's going to lead the press. He knows what to say. He knows how to talk. But how can you affect the game by actions? He doesn't really do that when the team needs him. Like the team is looking for someone to do it. We've seen Rice do it. We've even seen Martinelli do it. We've seen Saka do it, where one player can just decide the game. It's been a few years since he's been able to do that, which is why you need to get in, a different profile to him on the other side of the field that can kind of do that, because that's all we lack. That's what Liverpool has in excess. These are players that can decide the game.
Now I'm confused, Jukes. Like because all we've said about us now is they needed a striker. Now it's not sounding like now.
I mean, but
le-
you
le-
you you, you
no,
watched 90 minutes of Martinelli today, even the whole of last season.
What about Nani? Nani is there for your left wing.
And I mean, he bored. We'll get to Adam's boys soon. He bored. But I'm saying to Adams, like you asked me, how can I view my team as clear favorites, right? And I'm telling you, obviously we're going to compete. But even you said it, like just signing Victor Gyökeres is not going to put us over the line. Obviously, we're going to be in the mix.
Adam said so.
I didn't say that. I'm like no. Like
No,
I
but I'm
thought I
saying
thought
like
I thought Gyökeres was coming to fix that. Like he was that's the guy that's supposed to get you over the line. Now it's sounding like you might need somebody else.
Yes, we do.
And then if you sign, it also sounds like if you sign Eze, you might not turn to, man, that left wing. We need somebody
Yes,
else on
we
that
need.
left wing.
The thing is,
And then we should,
I won't condone a Chelsea fan talking to me about signings. We
Well,
need.
no.
why?
That's what I will not condone.
Yeah,
But
look at
what
him.
we
Look at
do,
him. Look at
Adam,
him. Look at what easy way out.
you cannot get that off.
Why?
Is there anybody? If there's any fan base that can't get off, you guys. Adam signs players in his free time. He legit just signs players in his free time. Others we need to
For
sign.
vibes. But is
Like,
it not coming though?
we need
Just
more
so you know.
signings on the
But
ones we
yeah,
have.
yeah. I don't understand that Eze thing. Like he's dead for the taking. Arsenal fan.
Man, I don't know, bro.
Yeah,
Like
you guys.
when it
Bro.
comes to our owners, we have to put it into God's hand. Because
Yes,
honestly, I don't know. But that's what we have to deal with. So whoever is here at the end of August, we have to support. How does Adam say it? He has to show his players love.
Just support. Learn to support Noni. That's what I'll say. He's a very good footballer.
Okay. Let's quickly touch a bit on Manchester United before we sort of leave this game. Ewaris, let me ask you, Manchester United for today, even though the sample size is small, just one game. Do you think, or how do I frame it now? I know a lot of people, like, the general opinion is they played well, right? It looks like Mbemo and Cunha are good players. Do you think like those players that they've signed now can sort of move them further up the table from where they're coming from last season?
Yes, I believe so. So the thing is, and let's say guys like Cunha and Mbemo, those are players I already like so much. And those are people, if let's say they were coming to Chelsea, I'll be happy because I've seen them for at least 1 or 2 years. And now they're in United, and today was their debut, and they did play very well. But I think maybe if United got a new goalkeeper and a central midfielder, someone that can play central defensive midfielder, then I'll be okay, fine. These people can shoot for like top 5 or top 6. But I don't think they'll make top 5 or top 6, honestly. I don't think they'll make top 5. Maybe they might just make 6 or 7, or if Amorim does something great, because that's another coach I do like. I like what he did in Sporting Lisbon, and I just knew what happened last season was a disaster.
So you rate him? You take him at Chelsea?
No, I rate him highly. Yeah, back then when Chelsea were always trying to hire new coaches, and they unfortunately hired Uzosman in Pochettino. Amorim was one of the guys I would have loved if they hired. Yeah, he was one of the guys. Plays possession, attacking football. He's young, has won Portuguese league, so he's a winner. He brought the club from they had not competed for a title in years. So at least I read a lot about the guy. I like the guy. So when he got to United, I felt so bad when he was doing so bad the last season. But this season, I believe they will do well. Yeah, so they are running out. The intensity is fine. They are connecting. They're attacking. They have very good attacking footballers in Cunha and Mbemo, and looks like my boy, Mason Mount, is back to himself. He played well today, though, so I'm happy. I just hope he stays fit. And now they have a striker in Sesko. So, good things. If I'm a United fan, I think I'll be happy. And the performance today was good. So, let's just hope it's not a blip like Adam said, because let's say when a big team comes, like, they'll play very well. But when they play against the smaller teams, that's when you start seeing a lot of mistakes and they start conceding, because which happened a lot last season. But I believe they are back, though. Not back for top 4, but at least back for
top
being
10.
embarrassing. Yeah, top 10. Let's go there. Yeah, baby steps.
Say top 10. They're back. You believe they're back, and you're giving them top 10.
yeah. 6-7 is not that bad. See,
great Manchester United.
The competition this season will be tough. Everybody looks like they're signing well. Even Tottenham, they'll get easy. Now everybody's not playing now.
Okay.
Europa League champions are doing well. Like they beat yesterday. So
yeah, fair point. I think we're going to come to the Europa League champions in due time on the show. I can see Uzo has joined us. We have a lot to discuss with the Europa League champions, the current Europa League champions. Okay, right. Let's turn our attention then to Chelsea, right? The world champions for the next 4 years. The world champions for the next 4 years. Right. So we saw Chelsea today. Much awaited game against Crystal Palace at home. Um, and the game somehow contrived to end in a nil-nil draw with the death of stars that Chelsea were sort of put or had on offering.
VAR
The Jao,
corruption too.
the Jao Pedros and Liam Delaps, the Estavals. My brother, an Arsenal fan, said it's Estagbao.
Huh?
And oh, so right. So two Chelsea fans on the show today. So I'm sure there will be a lot to sort of talk about and digest. Warisi, let me start with you. Right. What happened today? What happened? What happened? Where did it go wrong for Chelsea?
uh, I won't say it went wrong anyway. I'll just say the boys are really not that up to speed yet, considering they didn't get a preseason. Yeah, because many of them looked much rusty. And so many of them felt like they're still recovering. And I think it gives them a bit of time for them to get up to speed because this is the Premier League. So, and man, it's match day one, like Adam said, right? So there's not think
There's
too much
not.
into it here. There's nothing to think too much into it here. And the build up was quite slow. The best defender in our build up play, Kobe, has done his ACL, so he's going to be out. And we're thinking Pastor Uncle Tosin will probably replace him to help a bit, but Tosin is also injured now. We had young Josh, so the build up was quite slow. And we didn't create that many chances.
Hmm.
But Crystal Palace is a solid team. They're properly organized. So it's not like we played some guys that just came from relegation. Crystal Palace was quite solid, and it was a tough game. But see, I still expect good things from these guys, right? I still expect good things. I'll probably maybe judge them more after international break because I knew this was always gonna happen. The preseason they didn't get, they just came back apart. They came back last week, and they're trying to train. They just played AC Milan and Bayer Leverkusen just to get small fitness before they go again. These Premier League guys that all went hard holidays and they had good preseason. But the only issue right now is I know remember last time I was on this pod, I was telling Adams that the Chelsea owners are not yet to win. I hope Adams has seen it now. Or maybe he still has the opinion that they are yet to win. Because you have to sign to improve the squad. It's so sad. This is going to be the third season that Robert Sanchez is going to be the number one goalkeeper. The first season Sanchez was here, Petrovic ended up overtaking him because of his errors. The second season, he also made a lot of errors. There was a period Jorgensen ended up overtaking him because of the errors. Now it's the third season. An owner that wants to win will replace Sanchez. It's as simple as that. Even before Kobe got injured, we were like, we need an experienced, very good defender. Just like how Liverpool got Van Dijk. They didn't get a defender. Kobe now he's injured. We don't know if a defender is going to come through. But this season, I said, I'm just here to enjoy football. The champions of the world, Jalpredo made me happy during the Club World Cup. I like what I can see from Liam Delap. Once they get me my Javi Simmons, I'm just going to be happy. We win, be excited. We draw, we lose. See, I can't be bothered. I can't bother about what I cannot change anymore. But I believe the next game, I think next game is against Fulham, right? I believe the West Ham, very easy. Yeah, that's my very easy game. Yeah,
very easy game. So you expect
yeah, I expect them to beat West Ham. Yeah, I expect them to beat West Ham. Yeah, I'm also excited with Estevao again, the Brazilian Samba boy. I expect great things from the boy though. But unfortunately, we didn't win today. There's not much to say. It was a bad performance, I would say. It just didn't happen, but
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Adams, let me come to you.
Yeah.
What's your view?
Yeah, like you said, man, you don't win or lose anything on the first day. Crystal Palace, I felt like some of the fans were a lot of the fans were the social media fans were very excited. We're very excited for Chelsea, and rightly so. You know, we signed a lot of exciting players,
Yeah.
but But the reality is that this is the Premier League. Like nothing is given. You have to earn everything, right? And some of those players, Gittins today showed that he's making his debut in the Premier League. Never played Premier League before. You don't, expect him to come in and light the world on fire. And I felt like a lot of people might attribute this draw to Cowell. I really don't think so. Cowell starting today, bro. Cowell has started games where we've lost. So all of a sudden, I don't know, man. It's just me. I felt like Achipon came in, and I didn't really feel like I missed Cowell in the build-up.
It was
Yeah,
quite so slow, Adam.
it was slow, but I've seen Cowell play, and I've build up. I've been slow. Like there's been a lot of
So,
games Cowell has played. Is it like Cowell? Are you saying Cowell plays today and we win?
no,
I
that's
really,
not that's
yeah,
that's not what that's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about the build up. So most of the time, if Kobe is playing and the build up is being played is intentional because they're trying to drag the opponent forward, right?
nah.
And
I,
you can
I,
see you can see Archipong made a bit. I love the guy so much, but he made a bit of mistake today with
Of course, like he will make
yeah,
who will makes mistakes. Everybody can make mistake. So my thing is right. We see a lot of things that we struggled with last season. We still see them now. That's just to tell you that we are not the finished article.
yeah.
Unlike a lot of fans will preach, like there's still things that we need to improve on. Mid low block, come to the bridge. We've seen this happen all too often. Or we saw it last season. So we still need to improve on that. And I don't think that's a function of Kobe being fit. Or I mean, Kobe is exceptional. He has his days. He can come in and like you said, he can find a pass. Maybe he would have found Palmer more. Who knows? But I just don't think like we lost or we drew this game because of Kobe.
Yeah, not
Um,
even.
yeah, Crystal Palace, very, very, very good team, very physical. They cost us a lot of problems today, like defensively. And one thing that I feel like was lacking in our midfield centrally, we just didn't have the ball carriers centrally. Today, Enzo totally non-existent. Palmer as well had a very midi game.
Mm.
Um, Especially when Crystal Palace do what they do, where it's like choke up the midfield and they bring some of the defenders, some of those defenders, Gui was stepping up. You expect that you get someone on the ball in the midfield, like Chooks was saying on his team, like you get someone like an AZ that can drive through the middle. Expected that from Odegaard. I expected something similar from Enzo. I expected Palmer to be more involved. I expected him to take the responsibility as the best player on the team. But yeah, it just shows. It just goes to show that look, some of the things that we were saying were a bit premature, right? People were talking about winning the title. Come on, man! Like
Can I,
you,
can I say something, please? Can I say something, please?
yeah.
I don't know whether you noticed this stuff also. Maybe it's just up in my head. Can you please tell Enzo Maresca to stop playing Palmer towards the left?
I've heard that a lot of times. Enzo,
See,
Palmer, he doesn't look. It doesn't matter where Palmer plays to me.
see,
Palmer is one of those players.
see,
Like
Adams.
he's an exceptional
Nah,
talent. Palmer
Adams.
has played on the left. He's played on the right. He's played
Adams.
through the middle, and he's done well. Like
Adams.
when I see that a lot on social media.
Always eat.
Palmer
See,
needs to play
always,
close to
always play
on
your
the right.
best. Always play your best player where they can be more dangerous. Liverpool right now will always leave Salah in his right wing, and he will do all his damage. You don't see any of the coaches experimenting Mo Salah on the left wing. Palmer now has shown a lot of times that he can connect with the right winger. You saw it with Madueke last season. You've seen it with Neto. It's what won you against PSG. I don't understand the reason why we have a coach that is so adamant in playing. He just like experimenting a lot. Then he plays. And whenever you see Palmer play more of the left, he doesn't have a good game. There are a lot of games he doesn't have a good game. But if he's playing more towards the right, then he can dribble, he can cross, he can shoot, and he can pass. He's more comfortable there. It's just that simple. When I saw Enzo more of the right, I was just like, this is just going to be a stressful game. I've seen this movie before. And Chelsea, what I would like to know, Chelsea is a Palmer team. Let's stop deceiving ourselves. We are called Palmer FC. Once he doesn't turn up, there's nobody. What Chooks was talking about, like somebody that's going to like take charge and lead. There's nobody. We're just going to be toothless. We're called Palmer FC. maybe Enzo Maresca is trying to and think like, hey, I'm creating a team that is not fully dependent on Parma. You're just deceiving yourself. Beko Parma FC. All you do, play him where he can be more dangerous. That's all I ask. And that's why he had less of the ball. And the only few times he had the ball, it was just so bad. I'm tired of this whole Parma moving him up and just keeping him in one place.
I mean, I hear that a lot, though. I see that a lot, but my take is like Palmer is just a maverick. I don't think, maybe on the right hand side, his statistics are more,
Tricky.
more dangerous from the right hand side. But I just feel like he can play anywhere. I've seen that a lot. I think Palmer on the left hand side, on the right hand
Enzo
side,
there.
He doesn't.
These Enzo Maresca 2.0.
But I saw somebody say that I don't know if it's true. Chelsea fans can correct me. I saw somewhere where they said Palmer has not scored an open play goal in 17 Premier League matches. Is it true?
Since January, open play, As a result of Enzo Maresca, he's the cause of the problem.
Wow. There we go. Okay, let's bring a neutral to this Chelsea discussion. Uzo, let's bring you in, boss. I don't know if I've had your take from maybe last week on Chelsea, or I don't know if I asked you your take on Chelsea. But if I have not, then what's your take on Chelsea in general, and then in addition to today's game?
I was gonna say, you saying neutral and then bringing me in, that's a bit misleading to the audience. I am a hater. I don't like Chelsea. I don't want anything good to happen to Chelsea. I will never be objective about Chelsea Football Club. Man. If you're going to bring in a neutral, you should have brought yourself with Pios. But at this point, I'm even starting to feel like you might be a fan. We might even have no neutrals on the pod. It's either you're glazing them or I'm hating on them. But either way, I'm smiling because I've been seeing this meme going around, thanks to United tears all over the timeline. There's a saying in football: the winners celebrate, the losers, or aka the people who drop points, they explain. You see all the many explanations. Guys are not playing in the half space of the left-hand side. In fact, some people say it's not about just playing on the left, or they'll say he needs to play. He's too close to the touchline. I remember I seen a graphic. They said that Saka is so close to the touchline, he's almost off the field. Now why can't they just bring him in small? I miss the old days of football, man. If person wear jersey, enter field, he plays, he has an impact, you go home. Nobody cares whether he was 10 centimeters away from the throwing line or whether he was in an advanced register position. Anyways, I said the same thing about Chelsea last week. I just think people forget that the way this team performed over the entirety of the course of the season last year was a bit stop-start, which is what you expect from a top 4 team. And I said that fans were getting carried away. Like, to Adam's credit, he wasn't one of those fans. And it seems like Rezi isn't even one of those fans either. But a lot of fans online were getting carried away based off their performance in one game. The Club World Cup as a whole, they played well. But they didn't play any decent competition until the final. When they got to the final, they played a very competitive team on paper in PSG, which, I mean, PSG's last few performances, you can see this is a team that has played way too many games, and clearly, for whatever reason, they're not at the same levels that they were in the Champions League. Because if you're telling me that the PSG,
I'm not gonna let that slide.
No, that's fine.
No. You come here and you say people make mistakes, losers make mistakes, and now you want to make mistakes.
Let him land.
Losers have excuses. Now you want to give an excuse for a PSG team and they played too many games.
If you were gonna let me finish, right? If you're gonna let me finish, what I was gonna say is, if you're telling me, and this is, I'm not making a statement of fact, but if you're telling me that the PSG that played in that final was at the exact same level as the PSG that played in the Champions League run, because when PSG were running through the Champions League, right, we were saying
they beat Madrid 4-0. Who else did they beat? Bro, I don't care about that.
And Madrid weren't good this season either.
They beat Bayern also.
They beat Bayern. So when they beat someone, then that team is not good that season.
My point is no. Again, I didn't say PSG are not a good team, right? I said the PSG that played against Chelsea in that final, right?
I'm not.
No, hold on. And that's why I'm leaving you room to say because the second half of my statement was, if you're saying that it's the same team, then credit to you, right?
It's the same thing,
It's still okay,
It's the same
fine.
thing.
It's still one game, one performance in an isolated game where you were amazing, right? And that's the second part of what I was going to say. Chelsea were good. Whether or not PSG were that team or not, whatever, in the final, you raised your levels, you won, right? I think that the takeaway from that game has allowed a lot of Chelsea fans to become extremely carried away, and they've put a lot of unfair
That's
and
true, though.
unrealistic expectations on their own team.
I agree with him.
On their own
I've seen
team.
also for Twitter, that's true.
And
But
and my thing is, like, for a team that still had all the visible, very obvious holes that your team still has, namely goalkeeper, namely center defensive. Like, I've seen people saying like, oh, we didn't have our preferred backline today. And I'm like, okay, is the preferred backline Colwell and Chalobah?
Yeah.
Is that the new and people are forgetting this is Chalobah that went on loan and was in the wilderness today. Again, whoever is performing, because it's such a young team, right? There's going to be different waves of people performing. Like, you've seen like guys coming to the team have a good. There was a time people were saying Gusto is one of the best right backs in the world. I was here on this pod. I was addressing those. Oh, the way Gusto has come in and that's what I'm saying. People are allowing themselves to get carried away. And Gusto's performance in that final, by the way, was really, really good. Today, I didn't think Reece James was particularly good. But my point is, people are forgetting that what it takes to perform in the league is a level of consistency that you typically see from more experienced players. And Adams, I said to you, you can vouch for me on this. I said to him last week, I think it was off cam. I was like, a lot of the signings again this season are still the same caliber of signings, guys who have something to prove. Huh?
A lot of these signings, right?
Right. Like guys like Gittins, guys like Pedro, they're not guys who have done something somewhere else. They're all guys that have to come here and prove themselves. Whatever they do in a Chelsea shirt will probably be by far the best thing they've done in their careers. And I felt that at this stage, Chelsea needed to go get somebody, be it a central defender, be it a goalkeeper like Maignan or whoever it is, like a game
that's available.
Right. A Donnarumma. Somebody that has done something, accomplished something somewhere else that you can bring in and that can shoulder that responsibility, along with a guy like Reece James, along with guys like Enzo Fernandez, Caicedo, whoever else that's in the team that you feel like has taken that leap. You need something more to add to that. And that's what I didn't see from Chelsea. And so any entertainment about winning the league or being extremely competitive towards it, I don't think is feasible. And I think it's unfair to the team. And somehow when you say certain things, it feels like, oh, you're just hating, blah, blah. They deserve to celebrate the Club World Cup, but I feel like a level-headed fan would have said, you know what? We won that game and we were amazing. And this shows you the ceiling of the team. Now go plug the holes. Now go get all the resources that we need. And let's go into the season and see if we can establish some form of consistency. When I was watching that game against Palace, I'm like, you know what? The league is weird now. There's more relegation candidates and there's also more top four candidates. If that makes any sense. It feels like the mid-table has now pulled away from each other. Last year, George was saying it and we're laughing at him. The difference between 15, 17, where we were at, and the top six was like 5 or 6 points. There was a lot more parity in the league. This year, I feel like that won't be the case. You see a lot of these teams are really, really bad, but also there's a lot of teams now that have become serious. I think United is going to have a say in the top 6. I think Chelsea, of course, are going to have a say in top 3, top 4. I think Spurs are going to have a say in top 6, top 7 as well. I think the likes of Brighton, Newcastle, they're going to have a say in the top 6. But also, I'm looking at these teams that got decimated, like Bournemouth, Brentford. I'm thinking they're going to be heading the other way. They're going to be heading towards relegation. So this is a chance for traditionally big teams to solidify themselves in the upper reaches of the table, where you can say, okay, we come into every game and there's an expectation to get 6 points. There's an expectation to perform. And I thought that today, I'm watching Palace and I'm like, okay, Palace is a good side, right? And we just saw what they did against Liverpool. But I didn't think they were at their very best. Neither were Chelsea, to be fair. I thought they flattered to deceive. That's Adam's favorite turn of phrase. They had a few spells of possession that were good, but ultimately I just felt like it was more so the game was always there for Chelsea to take. And you saw even with those 2 chances at the end, like it was just screaming for like just get the goal and win the game. Just get the goal, win the game. And it didn't come throughout the 90 minutes. And I just feel like that's just a warning sign to Chelsea fans. Listen, relax. Some of the problems that you had still exist, and you need to be more focused on that
Okay. All right. Thanks. Thanks, Suzo. Let me sort of give the final word on Chelsea to Adams and Razy. Adams, let me come to you first, right? So sort of how do I put it now? So sort of looking forward, right? I know there's still this talk around the potential signing of Xavi Simons. So my first question then would be, if Chelsea were to sort of complete that signing before the deadline closes, where does he fit in this Chelsea team? Because myself and my brother were having that discussion. Like, you bring in Javi Simons, then who does he replace? Where does he come in? And then the second question is, looking ahead to the game against West Ham, is there anything Maresca should be changing? But since you guys are, I think since your opinion has been more of the players were rusty, I'm thinking you are still going to be leaning towards the same 11 for the next game, which is a Friday night game
Oh,
Yeah.
next week.
I said like some of the problems that we have still exist. I talked about the low block thing and mid to low block. We struggled last season to sort of break down teams like that. It does seem like that still exists. And one of the profiles that is missing is a central ball carrier. I don't like
Mm.
to use those terms, like, oh, but it is what it is. Why
It is
when
what it is now.
when a different generation, so we have to speak the language of the tacticals, the online
Yeah.
tacticals. Yeah.
No, I'm laughing because isn't that what Enzo does?
my friend,
You still
my
need
friend
another
said,
central ball carrier.
my friend
Yeah.
said AOP. I was like, what's AOP? It's like after possession. I was like, I'm
Yeah.
done. I'm done
Yeah,
with this
bro.
world
They
of
just come up with all
football,
these
fam.
terms, man. They come up with all these terms. But yeah, Uzo, you're right. We have Enzo, but I think Enzo's profile, he's a central ball carrier, but in games where you have a deep a team that is really sitting back, I don't think Enzo progressive is able to progress the ball enough. Like
Mm.
Enzo is someone that times is run really well. He's a more of a box crusher. Gets into the box late. Is able to score goals, but I don't see him as someone that is able to force the effect with the ball. If that makes sense. So I think that's where Javi Simons comes in. I think he'll be able to do it, especially in games like this. Like Enzo, if we play Arsenal, if we play Spurs, he'll be good. He'll be great, right? Because he's going to run a lot. He's going to get into the box. He's going to press. But in games where you need someone to dictate play, to take the ball to the opponent, Enzo is not that guy. That's not his strength. So in games like that, Javi Simons can come in and do the business. And then, obviously, Palmer, he can play anywhere. I still stick to Palmer can play anywhere across the front line. He can play.
Mm.
Sometimes I remember there was a time where they said, don't play Palmer as a winger. What did we do against PSG? He played as a winger,
I
right?
mean,
He
he
plays
can
as
play
a
as a winger, but it's a
yeah,
right wing,
yeah, he
not
played as a
necessarily.
right winger, but people have said don't play Palmer close to the touchline. Don't do this, don't do that.
Played
Which
majority there under Pochettino, and he was brilliant.
yeah, exactly. So I feel like Palmer can play anywhere. To answer your question, I think Javi Simons is going to come in and play that central role. And if you look at our left wing options, we don't have many. Gittins and George. What's his last name? I can't remember his last name. George Rezi, if you help me out, George
Oh, Tyreek
the
George.
Tarek
yeah,
George.
Tarek George. So those
Tyreek
are
George.
left wing up. Those are left wing options. And Neto,
Garnacho is
obviously.
coming though.
Oh, Garnacho. I don't know about that signing, but
But wait,
but
to Chelsea, how many guys have you guys signed, man? You guys are
but
just signing
but
Garnacho,
look,
Javi
look at
Simons.
the options we have though. We have Gittins and Tariq George right now. Yes, Neto can play on the left, but he's more of a right winger. So we need somebody else. Gittins hasn't played this league before, right? He's a
But
young player that's just played. Huh?
that's where Javi Simons is gonna play. I think that's where he's
Exactly.
gonna
So
play.
Javi Simons can also play to the left, but I still
Yeah.
feel like we need somebody on that. We need someone that can progress the ball, someone close to Palmer that can help elevate some of the creative load from him, which I feel Enzo when he's a mid block, when he's a low block, he struggles. I'm not saying he's a bad player. It's just that he has other qualities, and I really appreciate his qualities, but in those games, especially against Palace, against West Ham, will do the same thing. West Ham is going to do the same thing. Just like West Ham don't have the physical attributes of Crystal Palace, and they don't have the coaching as well. I don't think Graham Potter is the man to the job. So Friday
Wow.
night,
Shots
we
fired.
we we yeah, Friday night, 3 points, man.
I
We
thought
have we
there's
have
no Kudus anymore. So
Huh?
The good thing there's no kudos anymore. So
Oh yeah, they don't have Kudus, but they still have Paqueta and they still have Bowen. Those are still very dangerous
nah,
guys.
can't handle
Yeah,
such.
yeah, we can handle them. We can handle them.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All right. Razy, you final word on Chelsea before we move away from
Oh,
Chelsea.
so I'll try. So, um, Adams has basically said everything, so I'll try not to repeat what Adam said. But I think Javi Simmons will just come and play more on the left. I think uh Enzo, they're looking at people that can play multiple positions. So Simmons is on that versatile player that can play left, middle, right. And uh he also has those qualities Adams was talking about, someone that can take the game, ball carrier, can dribble, can shoot, can pass. Yeah, so I think maybe Enzo will do something with Javi Simmons and Palmer together. I actually believe Javi Simmons would be the first choice left winger. Then Gittins and Garnacho will find a way to rotate here. Then again, back to when I say these owners are not yet to win. I just believe they're buying Garnacho to do what they do with Madueke. They think, oh, United don't need him. We can get him for 30 or 35 million pounds, and 2 years later he'll be worth 60 million pounds. So flip him and
But the thing about signing all these
yeah.
players, we already have a model, right? Where we've already built the team a certain way. Don't you
In
think
order to not get to win.
if we start looking for those big names, those experienced players, don't you think it to just break the structure and break the whole team spirit? Like if we go for someone like, I don't know, who would you say we'll go for? Maybe we try to go for Isak, or we try to go for
A
I
year
don't
to
know
win.
what. Huh?
See, Adams, I think you should do me a favor. Try as much as. Do you listen to Obi-Wan podcast?
Obi-Wan, the one
Yeah.
by Mikel
Mikel
Obi.
Obi, yeah.
No, I don't listen to it.
So if you try to listen to most of those podcasts, and you understand why, that's why I said these guys are not yet to win. We're just sounding like we're Arsenal 2004, 2005, 2006, and all these young players, they don't win. I'm so sorry. It doesn't work.
Didn't they just win the Club World Cup?
Exactly.
Didn't they just win the Club World Cup?
It is a cup. Whether I would like to not, I love the bragging rights. I'll feel good about myself, but it's a 1 month competition. Yeah, the league is 38 games from.
So what do you think?
August
So what's
to
your
May.
strategy to win the league?
So what my strategy right now is that then what you've done is fine, right? The young players, nice way structure. So everybody's all that they build together, but it gets to a stage whereby you increase intensity. You have made top 4. You won the Club World Cup. It's just like Uzo said earlier. It's time to sign people that will elevate these guys.
So you're saying that if we signed players
Roman Abramovich gets
this
Isaac.
season,
What is
do you
Isaac
think-
stuff?
do you
He's
think
sending people to Newcastle with his private jet to have a
so if
conversation.
we get Isak in this current team, do you think that wins us the league?
Elevate. Isaac wins you the league.
I don't think there's gonna be like we will probably still finish third.
Nah,
second.
see, Adams.
Guys,
And then it will cause problems, and
Guys.
it will cause problems. Go ahead, Price.
Adam
I'm
doesn't
sorry,
want
I'm sorry.
to. Adam doesn't want to win the league, but that's fine. We'll see. We'll
No.
not be there.
I'm like-
It's obvious. It's obvious. You don't want to win the league.
I
That's
think
fine.
we're at a time now in football where to win the league, you have to be a lot more strategic. I know it felt like Liverpool just won the league out of the blue, but that's not really it. Because Klopp already laid the foundation for that team.
Yeah, he did.
I think we are laying the foundation for our team now. I get it that we want to win the league. If we go for those big guys, Donnarumma, Isak, and bring them into this team right now, I'm not still going to be convinced that we'll win the league this season. So my thing is, why not?
Who's that shaky?
Why not continue? Why not continue building with these guys? They already said
So
it.
when
Like,
will you win?
it's a 5-year plan, right?
5-year plan.
It's a 5-year plan. Why don't you continue building with these guys? Win some cups on the way to doing so. Look, if we get into the Champions League semi-final, get into FA Cup semi-final, there's every possibility that we might win it because of our history, because of the way we just play cup competitions. But I don't think we're at the point where we can go for the league, if that makes sense. I still think that right now, this season, this moment, I don't think is optimal to say, okay, we're going to go for the league now.
I'm just gonna say
maybe give Caicedo and Enzo Palma another season under their belts, and then I can be convinced and say, okay, now go for it. Now go and get experienced player. But now if we go and get experienced players right now, I think it's just going to cause problems. I don't think the core of the team is
I'm
ready
going to say
yet.
something for just a few seconds so you can take it. I know you want to move away from Chelsea. All I'll just say is, Adams, you're only lucky they make these guys sign 10 years contracts. That's your only luck. Because if they had made these guys sign contracts like 4-5 years, Cole Palmer and the likes will be out of the door with this your plan that might never happen. because this model might never win you the title.
This is why they say just because Messi carry glasses, carry mic. tell Adams has used eloquence to shut down. Reggie is the one that is cooking, but Chelsea fans now will be distracted by Adams' glasses and his mic and his eloquence.
I'm not going to say much. I'm not going to say much. That's fine.
It's fair to say that Reggie is not a fan of the long-term projects.
I'm so sorry.
I think
Roman spoiled me. I'm done with these guys.
I think
I defended them. Buying Garnacho will tell you all you need to know about them.
Garnacho
but I know why they want to sign him. Don't even stress yourself with these guys.
No, I'm not for the Garnacho signing either. I don't know that. No, honestly, I don't think we should sign him.
Rizzy, be patient. Sorry, Adam. Be patient. It's a long-term thing. It's a 5-year project.
5-year project. These guys, they came in 2022, I think so. 2022. Yeah. That 5 years will soon reach no Premier League title. That's no Premier League title.
All right, guys. I think
let's just win the Champions League and then we'll reset from there.
Man, this guy is dreaming, man. The Columbus Cup is in
Adam, you guys want me to elongate this Chelsea talk? We're going to join this podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Chelsea FC show.
We still need to talk about Spurs, man.
Yes.
Look, Spurs can't escape. He thinks we're always going to come here and talk about Burnley. Bro.
Oh, no. Adams, I know where you're going. I think I have you covered. Right. Okay. All right, guys. I think Chelsea, you guys will have to, agree to disagree. We'll see what happens. Time will tell. Time will reveal what the real agenda is for this current owners, whether they are the long term or they have no plans or they're just there to enjoy the London night blues or night skies. Anyways, let's move. Let's turn our attention now to Spurs. The current Europa champions. Adam, since we spoke in detail about Spurs, they've played the UEFA Super Cup. We saw them in action. It looked like at one stage they were going to pull off a very historic upset
against a tired PSG.
Yeah, thank you for that, Adam. Very tired.
Couldn't do it against
that trained for 6 days,
bro. 6 days.
And then we saw what happened. It seemed like Spurs just couldn't hold on, and then rival fans. And then I saw somebody playing the video of that Chiellini video. That video is always gonna stay in my memory. It's in the history of the Tottenham. We knew it. That video was good.
Nah, he's crazy for saying that, man. Like, bro.
How did I say that in the post?
Some of these people that are not native English speakers, man. When they speak, they just say their mind, like they don't even care.
You see, they have this thing to always get close, but we knew it is in the history of Tottenham. They are not going to win. I'm sorry, Uzo. Yes, Uzo. And then, but after that, we saw what they did in their Premier League opener yesterday, where they sort of easily dispatched of Burnley. Richarlison, Richarlison, he only scores bangers. You see him. Someone says he's just there for bangers. Now that he has scored, you won't see him again towards the end of the season. Yeah. So Uzo, I don't know if you are there, but if you're not, we can.
He's here. He's back.
Oh, okay. So yeah, let's get your thoughts on Spurs, and then I want to get your view on Thomas Frank as well. What do you make of his appointment?
Yeah, the interesting thing about the Chiellini interview is like it also applies to Juve in the Champions League. That's why it was very ironic in that moment when he was going up on his whole tirade. It's like, yeah, but brother, where's your rings? Anyways, no, I was surprised that Adams was thinking that I would be scared to talk about. I wanted to talk about the PSG game because I don't see how any Spurs fan going into this season could take anything but encouragement from that performance. I think all it showed was that we needed depth and we needed more players that can come in and keep the level the same because I felt for 85 minutes we were absolutely bossing a team that I didn't even think would be able to get near. And the irony is like I don't think they were tired, they were rusty because I kept saying it like after the Club World Cup, I don't think they played or trained or did anything for until
holiday.
a week leading up into the game. So I felt like that was our biggest advantage is the rust.
Yeah.
And then obviously kind of the bad vibes of the Naruma being left out of the squad, his agent kicking up a fuss the night before. I'm thinking like, man, this is a chance for us to steal one. And you know what? Nobody's going to care how or who you beat. In the same way, like when I come here and I say, oh, PSG didn't play the same way as they did in the champ. Adams is like, I ain't trying to hear that. Why is he not trying to hear that? Because he won. And in 5-6 years, nobody's going to care who you beat to win. All they care is that you beat them and you won. So I thought that would have been a perfect start for Frank. There's civil war in our fan base. There's a lot of Ange guys that are still hoping that the guy will miraculously come back.
Who's that, Ange?
Yeah. And so I wanted that specifically for those guys. I wanted him to equal the guys' trophy tally. But you already know what they would have done. If we won that, they would have said, oh, is Ange now? Is Ange even got us to that final? So anyways, I got over that. The thing that made me sad on the night was it was a chance for us to kickstart his reign in an amazing fashion. But listen, we had no right to win that in terms of like where both teams are. Considering that we aren't even close to, we finished 17th in the Premier League and we're playing the people that just won a quadruple. Like, of course, the level should have been different. I thought we did very well to hang in the game for 85 minutes. And you can see when we subbed on our fringe players, they absolutely dropped the level. I thought Matistel had one of the worst performances that I've ever seen in the history of performances. Like, that's one of the worst cameos. And in a way, like, you know, the racism, like I stand firmly against that. You know, of course, like being a fellow black man myself, I'll never endorse, you know, players getting called out of their name because of their performance on the pitch. But in a bit of irony, I feel like the racism kind of took away from how bad the performance was. Like I wish people weren't so stupid and racist to distract from the actual match, because I thought he deserved a lot of criticism. Because it's all good for you to not be a good player or not, you know, have a bad game. But it's the effort, you know, the application level. And we all see that in our teams. Like there can be a guy that's not technically sound or whatever, like he's making mistakes, but you see the effort and you're like, you know what, this guy's a passionate merchant, get him out of the club, but I can't really, you know what I mean? Like he's living his dream, you know, he's trying. But when you come in and you're like lazying about, giving away lazy fouls, not closing down, not pressing, and then you know, in tragic turn of events, you go miss the penalty. It just felt like it was such a slap in the face to the fans. But besides that, there were very few negatives to take away besides the result from that performance. And I was absolutely justified by not losing my head, because the performance on the weekend kind of reinforced what I've been saying about the manager the entire time. I think he's an absolute upgrade to Ange. I've been excited since his appointment. It's just nice to finally see coaching come back to Tottenham, because I felt like we haven't been coached in probably 3 years. Like since Conte left halfway through the season, it's been just calamity. Like we've had Ryan Mason, we had Stellini for like a little bit, like the guy that was backing up, which is so weird. It's like, how do you sack a guy and his assistant stays and he's coaching? It just didn't make any sense. But my thing is, I'm happy to see a coaching staff back in the, like you can see everything is well drilled. Their positions off the ball, they know what to do in every set piece. We actually now look extremely dangerous from set pieces. I think PSG couldn't live with they couldn't live with long throws, they couldn't live with corners, they couldn't live with anything. Even we had a random free kick from outside of that was what led to the first goal. So we are making ourselves dangerous in different attacking situations. I'm loving his tenure so far. I think the biggest issue is he's learning his players. He's trying to figure out who to trust, who's good, who's consistent, and that's where he's going to make a lot of mistakes, because there's a lot of personnel mistakes. Like you could see in that PSG game, he subbed in some guys that we Spurs fans know better. Like, you don't sub these guys in, like guys like Archie Gray and Mattistel. You don't sub them in when you're trying to preserve a lead. You sub the more experienced heads in. But then again, you had Basuma, who decided to show up late to training multiple times, getting himself suspended, not being available. That would have been the perfect guy to bring on to see out the game. But again, selfishness and people acting like in their own selfish interests of the team. So these are just the kinds of things that you're okay with when the manager is new. Let him learn the team, learn who he can rely on. And I feel like once we get to a point where the team, we get some guys back. We also got some injuries, Kulusevski, Madison. Madison probably not going to be here for the rest of the year. Dragusin, guys like that. Let's just get the squad healthy and whole. And I feel like I can see where this is going. I see the tactical ability. I see his ability to manage the game. I also what I also loved was how up for the game we were. Like, you saw Sar, Paulinho, Ben, they were just going into tackles. They were flying around everywhere. And it felt good to see, like, okay, so you can motivate these guys. Because one of the other things that Ange fans were saying were, whoever the new manager is going to lose the dressing room, because how do you sack a guy that just won a trophy? They won't play for the new manager. It's exciting to see that they are playing for the new manager. They clearly buy into his plans. And, bar like 10 minutes of madness, we could have ran away with something. And I'm telling you, if we would have won that Super Cup, I would have taken the whole year off. I would literally come here. You ask me, how do we play on the weekend? Who cares? I've already accomplished my goal for the season. But it wasn't to me. God knew what I would have been like if we won that season. That's why we didn't win it. But whatever guys want to talk about, let me know. I'm more excited about what we're trying to do in the transfer window, because I think if we're able to pull off these next couple signings, man, I'm gonna start talking crazy. That's for sure. I'm gonna start talking crazy.
Are you referring to Eze and
Savinho?
No, Sabine is not coming now.
I mean,
I think he might come.
How often do you see? I'm actually more confident that Savinho's coming than Eze, because how often do you see a guy? Thank you, Lord.
100%.
From the amount of growth, I still think Arsenal is playing awesome, because when a team is too quiet that had this kind of strong interest, I always feel like they're waiting for us to agree to fee, and then once they know how much it would take to get him, they can swoop in last minute. Because if it comes down to us or them, he's gonna go to them. So until he's holding the shirt, I'm not gonna him specifically. I see hijack all over that. But the Savinho one, how often do you see a Pep player say he wants to leave and not leave? Pep doesn't like guys in his squad.
Bernardo Silva, a lot of times say he wanted to leave
or the homesickness thing. That is true. Yeah. But that one wasn't the club not wanting to sign him. I feel like Barca just doesn't have money, and he only wanted to go to Barcelona. Every single time, he only wants to go to Barcelona because of
the thing is, City would need to sign a replacement, and the replacement they've been.
I think they already.
Javi Simmons.
They have Doku. They have Cherky. They have Oscar Bob being reintegrated into the team, and honestly, I think Oscar Bob's better than Savinho. That's my opinion. I think Oscar Bob's better than Savinho for that system.
I think I'll agree with that.
They have Marmouche. Yeah. They have a wealth of available players. I don't think that is something where, and also the idea is if they move Savinho on, they're going to go in for Rodrigo. And I think that's going to happen 100%. So I'm more confident about Savinho because Pep, once a player decides to leave, Pep doesn't stand in their way ever. And City are not the kind of team that likes any drama about, even we saw Cancelo leave in January in the middle of them contending for the league.
There was an issue.
Just because he got into an issue with Pep.
There was an issue.
They took him, they got him out. They didn't even get a fee for him. So, and he was someone that was an important player. I think their history of selling players when they have any kind of unhappiness about them lends, unless somebody else comes in for him, but I think he'll leave.
And they lied and said he was injured.
And he posted that picture showing he's not
injured. No.
So,
yeah.
Guys,
but also saying, I think he's gone for sure.
But one thing I want to say is this before we move on. Yeah. This season, we must hold Uzo accountable. You guys sat here and he said all the excuses in the world for them not to win that Super Cup. Oh, we brought in one guy. We're not supposed to bring him in. The coach doesn't know that we're not supposed to bring this guy in. If that was somebody else, what would he have said? He would have said, winners explain. What did he say? Winners win and losers explain. Bro, you were 2-0 up. 85th minute. Bro, that is, if that's Crystal Palace who are coming for them, how are you a professional in a cup tie and you're 2-0 up and you still somehow end up lose that game?
From
That's
five to lose.
So Adam,
okay.
can I ask?
That's crazy to me.
If it's not banter, right? Because I know it's clearly banter because you know better. Because it's a brand, it's literally the coach's first, literally his first professional game. But if it's not banter, answer me this: which of their goals was like a comical goal? They were class goals. Like this is a team with. Look at the quality they brought off the bench. Goncalo Ramos.
I'm not hearing that. I'm not hearing that. I'm not hearing
that.
I'm not hearing that.
A banger of a goal from outside of the box. Then they work a crazy move, score a banger of a goal across. I mean,
I'm not hearing that.
You just gotta say fairs. That's the one.
You can't say fairs, man. You
the
2-0 up.
2-0 up in
was 50 minutes,
right?
There's no bro. If that was Arsenal,
they had to do was to defend for 10 minutes. That was bad, right?
If that was Arsenal, if that was any other team, bro, they would have been cooked. If that was Arsenal, you guys would have cooked them.
I mean, yeah, because their manager has been in the job for 6 years.
No,
like,
you don't. No, it doesn't.
And also,
matter.
like, if we brought on like actual experienced heads, if there was other options on the bench and he brought on the wrong guys, I'd understand. There's who's on the bench? Archie Gray.
That's the point.
It is what it is.
That's to
the board.
That's the old Spurs mentality, bro. That's the whole Spurs mentality. You guys always find excuses. That's the point.
We didn't need excuses when we won when we won the Europa League. Don't worry.
Wait.
And let me tell you, that trophy is still good for the next 5 years. All this mentality rubbish, I'm not hearing it for the next 5 years.
Wait,
that trophy expires.
It doesn't count because it was against Man United. It doesn't count.
But that's not bother you.
Oh, now it doesn't. A final doesn't count
because it was against Man United, bro. You didn't play. You think I didn't see? I saw your tweets. You know what he tried to do? They were 2-0 up, and he was already dreaming. He was saying,
"I was cooking." Adam, am I saying I didn't want to win?
And now you want to get away with saying,
"I wanted to win." I desperately wanted to win.
They brought in better players. That's why we lost. 2-0 up, bro. You have to hold that, man.
Okay, so Adam, why did we lose? You don't care why. You just want to laugh.
Because
if there is a why, that's the why. But if you don't care about the why,
losers explain. That's what it is.
Why,
losers explain. Winners win.
The history. Why did we win?
Winners win. Look, this season,
why did we win the Europa?
Come for other teams this season, bro.
I'm here.
Season, bro.
Oh no, I'm here. I got the coach I want.
I want you to say like
from the looks of it, I've got the recruitment I want.
Exactly.
You know about me, Adam.
Look, you better make top 4. You remember last season you were telling me you better make top 4. You better make
Pius, one thing I want to say, Pius.
From last season,
do I ever
make top 4?
Do I ever shirk
better make top 4? You better
be real. Let Pius be the judge. Do I ever run away from responsibility? Do I not always come here, even though after the worst of the worst things happens in my club? Am I not always sitting up here?
No. You brush it aside.
The only person that takes long extended breaks to Greece is Adams.
Bro, I'm always here.
I'm telling you,
we had the worst season.
Adams was taking vacation.
Okay, guys.
What he was saying last season, he was like, "Man, I don't care about the league. I don't care about the league." And then he was cooking other teams. I don't care about the league. The league is done. I don't care about the league. And he was cooking other
teams.
Champions of Europe. You better make top 4. I'm not spending all that money.
Yeah,
you better make top 4.
You
better make top 4 this season. Every result. After only a team that's going to finish under the table.
I thought Burnley were good. I thought they were good. They're a tough team to break down.
That team.
Bro, last year in the championship, they didn't concede more than one goal in any single game.
So you think that's going to happen?
No. I think they're going to be one of those teams that when you go to Turf Moor, Adams, when you go to Turf Moor, it's going to be tough. They're hard to break down. From what I saw, we didn't win comfortably. Those were like some world-class goals that came out of nowhere. They're a tough. They pack that middle.
That team is getting relegated, bro. They're getting relegated.
Well, this year it's like 6 teams that can get relegated.
But Burnley's going to be one of them. That I can tell you.
I don't know how much worse they are than West Ham.
Scott Parker, except they bring in who is one of those relegation specialist coach again.
We don't have any more.
That guy, Sean Dyche. Go back to
Sean Dyche. Yeah. No, Uzo was on his knees for Dyche at 1 point last season. He was
Oh
begging for
yeah. No. We needed to stay up.
Tottenham. Wow.
Really?
Wow.
We needed to stay
Okay.
up. We needed to
Okay.
stay up. Just
Okay.
caretaker for 6 months. I needed it. But I was scared. We're 17. We didn't really.
Let me ask you for Tottenham in terms of the decision to sort of sack Ange. Do you think that was the right decision from Tottenham's board?
Is it-
Should have sacked
He's a
that guy
Chelsea
a long
fan. What
time.
is he going to say?
No. On this -3 being a Chelsea fan, as a neutral person, they should have sacked that guy a whole long time ago. And okay, the good thing is he won the Europa League. After he won the league, I was like, if I'm Daniel Levy, I'll still sack this guy. Don't make the same mistake United made with Ten Hag. A league shows the true progress of your team. And Tottenham finished 17. My goodness, what's the meaning of that? That's horrible. So thank you for winning us Europa League, the first cup, I think in 2008. I remember that Carling Cup they beat Chelsea 2008. Check that Peter check mistake. That came hot.
Maybe who? Loud and proud.
No.
Adam's
And the appointment of the game was a 10 for 10 because we've all watched Thomas Frank with Brentford now for more than 1 year. We've all seen Thomas Frank is a very solid coach.
Yeah.
Defense around the attack where we like Visa, Mbemo, they're organized.
Frank is good.
Yeah, he said, when he appointed Thomas Frank, I was like, this is good. All he has to do
I can't wait for that.
back this guy with some signings.
Man.
Yeah, with some signings. And they're already signing where Kudus is here. Unfortunately, I don't know what happened there. Yeah, but if they get it, so man, Pius, I would say it's a good decision to sack Ange. And Thomas Frank is a good appointment. I wish them all the best. Because
Adams, I think
Okay.
I like Frank. I like Frank more than I like Raul. The person I think that you should be saying like, thank God we didn't get is Glasner. That guy looks serious.
Oh yeah, he does.
That guy
He
looks
does.
serious.
who? Okay, the Crystal
Yeah,
Palace guy is the
Look,
winner now.
the team
How can
look
we
the same.
I think he's in line for the
Okay.
next. I think he's in line for the next big
Yeah, for
job
the
because
best
people forget
job.
what he did in Frankfurt too. He won the
That's
Europa
what I'm
League in
saying.
Frankfurt. He's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
winner. He's a
He's
winner.
a winner. Why not win Crystal Palace?
He's a winner. That's the first ever trophy in
Yeah,
their history.
yeah.
Of course.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. Finally, I want to get you guys' prediction. Man City Tottenham next weekend.
Ooh. Historically, that's a tough game for City.
Have we done predictions for the league?
Oh
Or we
yeah,
haven't
we
done
haven't done that actually. That's a good shout. We haven't done the
Okay.
predictions.
Okay, let's do the predictions for the league then. Right, who do I start with?
You got to go with the man that called it out.
Start with me.
Okay,
Yeah, let's go with
the
the
guest.
for sure.
Special
Okay,
guest.
Rizzy.
Okay, I believe Manchester City and Liverpool, the title between those both teams. I don't know who's going to win, but between Manchester City and Liverpool, then for the after relegation, I believe Brentford, Burnley, and Leeds are going down.
Top four. You didn't say your top four though. You only said.
Top four.
Yeah.
I would say Manchester City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal.
So Arsenal's gonna finish fourth.
Wow.
No, for the third and fourth, no order.
No order. Okay.
In no order. In all of them in no order.
Okay.
That's the top 14. But for the title, I believe it's going to be between Manchester City and Liverpool. Yeah.
Right.
Pius,
right.
you didn't get it to escape. What's your prediction?
Well, for me, I think the title is going to be between Arsenal and City.
It's trying to be modern.
Try to do this thing. No.
I just feel like this season Liverpool is going to drop off. I'm worried about our defense. I think.
What did you say last season? What did you say last season about?
And he still won the league.
Last season. If you go back to last season, out of all of us on the
Everybody
on the show,
said, that's true.
nobody really saw Liverpool winning it. So you get right? Myself, I saw Liverpool. I was just like, yeah, I'm okay with the
Not your
third
top four.
position and a cup. Yeah, especially with the departure of Klopp and Slot coming.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So this I'm just like I'm worried the defense. Van Dijk doesn't look like himself. Konate, I don't even know if he'll still be here by the time the window is done.
How about top 4?
Yeah, so top 4. Top 4. Oh,
Top 4 is tough this season. Really tough this season.
Top 4 still.
Oh.
But based on sneaking into the top 4. I don't know who's going to take that last 4th position. I don't know who's.
Not Liverpool.
What do you mean last 4th position?
I've not made.
Yes, you said the title between
You said
Arsenal
and Manchester City.
Liverpool. Liverpool. I'm so not hyped about Liverpool this season. Hopefully you prove me wrong, but yeah, from what I'm seeing, I'm just like, I don't know, I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know relegation, man. The 3 teams that came up, all of them are back
bro.
down.
Sunderland is staying up. Sunderland is staying up.
This 3 Bournemouth and Brentford.
Bournemouth to be fine. I think Brentford. Maybe, yeah.
Brentford.
What's your?
Yeah, my title is City.
Nice.
I think the news of Pep's demise was a bit too premature, bro. Those guys are still absolutely bosses. Yeah, I'm not buying it at all. That guy is still here, and he's still every bit as evil as he has always been. So yeah, I got City first. I think Liverpool will come second. I don't think it'll be a close title race this year, though. I think City will walk it. So I see a 10-point gap. So I think City, Liverpool. I think Arsenal get third.
Okay.
Third. Fourth.
United.
You know what's funny? That's who I'm thinking is between United and Chelsea. No, I'm thinking it's between United and Chelsea because, bro, from what I've seen from United throughout the preseason and even in this game, 1 game a week United.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a point where that becomes the difference in terms of like, because 1 game a week with how good their squad has become now with the money that they spent. I don't know. I see them making a lot of noise at the top of the table, but yeah, I will lean Chelsea just so I'm not. But traditionally, the top 4 that everybody thinks is going to happen, somebody always messes up. So I'm trying to look between those 4 teams. Which one of you guys is not going to be in the top 4? Because last year, what was the top 4?
It was traditional
Liverpool,
team.
But would that have been the top 4 that everyone predicted going into the season? Because I know a lot of people did not predict Chelsea to be 4.
Chelsea, yeah, people didn't predict Chelsea, but we knew.
But what was the team that fell out of that top 4?
It was in
United.
Man United.
Okay.
Man United. Yeah.
I think I'm gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna go against the grain. I'm going City first, Liverpool second, Arsenal third, and United fourth.
That's fine.
Relegation.
I'll go 5 and 6 for bonus. I'll go Chelsea fifth, Spurs sixth. Relegation. I think Brentford is going straight down. Brentford. So Brentford for me. I haven't seen Leeds yet. I think Brentford, Bournemouth, and Burnley. I think Sunderland and Leeds will stay up.
Parker always send his things back. So
no. He'll go down because they didn't invest anything. I mean, he's a bad
that's
team.
Leeds now. They'll always go down.
No, I'm talking about Burnley.
Okay, sorry. Okay,
Yeah.
He's at Burnley. Yeah, they didn't invest anything. And Leeds, they played well enough to pick up some points. That they've done it before. So, but this year I can see 6 teams going down. Adams.
Yeah, I think my title contenders would be Arsenal, Liverpool.
Okay. Not City.
Yeah. I don't know, man.
So you think
I don't know. Look, I think that I don't know what their starting lineup is going to look like, but the starting like option of Doku and what's his name and Oscar Bob to win the league, I'm not convinced. That those can be your starting wingers to win the league. I don't know if they go and get business done, but Oscar Bob and Doku in Premier League,
Both of them are not going to be the starting wingers. They still have people
Yeah,
like
they still have
they have
Marmoush,
Foden,
they have
they have
Turkey,
Turkey,
Marmoush,
like
like they have options.
yeah, they
I don't
have.
And
know,
also,
man.
You can't
Adams,
be picking up Oscar Bob and
Adams, you're the
Duque.
last person to
What are
turn
you
your
doing?
nose up at a city academy who has yet to prove himself. You are the last person. The last
no, no, no,
person.
no, no. But do we have guys?
No,
They're
I'm talking
giving
about
guys,
Palmer.
yeah,
Reggie was
yeah, they're
looking
giving us
for
guys that good, very good, Palmer. But I don't know.
I think
Winning the
Bob.
league,
I think Bob is one of those. Did you see?
Defense is
Did you
also
see
from the
him on the
academy.
weekend?
Right, that's fine.
I saw him. I saw him, but he's good. He's good. He just feels like a top 4 good guy, like a top 4 team good type of player, not a Premier League good winger. You guys get what I'm saying? Like I don't get that. Like, okay, it's absolutely look at the other wingers that they have, man. Look at the other wingers that the other teams have. They have Paris is backstage.
I,
they have they have guys like Salah, Gakpo. You guys are trying to get AZ. You're probably gonna get Savinho from them. And then we have Neto. We probably want to get Javi Simmons, even Garnacho. And then they have Doku and Oscar Bob. And you think they're gonna win the league with that?
I
I don't
mean,
know.
no.
yeah,
Adams,
you're just forgetting the little Haaland, the little
guys,
Just
Rangers.
let him do his thing, man. Just let him do
guys,
his thing.
guys. Unfortunately, we sort of run out of time. We've run out of time. We have to bring the show to a close.
Wait,
But
Adams did say his
Relegation.
relegation.
I didn't even say my top 4. Even let me
They,
get
yeah, round up then. Tell us the top one
yeah,
relegation.
top 4. Yeah.
top 4. Chelsea to finish 3rd, and somehow City to finish 4th.
Ooh.
Goodness.
Okay. So same top 4 as last year.
Ooh.
Same top
Exact
4 as
same
last year,
order.
but my dark horses Spurs. Look, I'm not buying this whole United. This whole United are backed in, bro.
No, it's one game a week.
I don't
One
care,
game a week.
bro. They don't have a midfield. They don't have a goalkeeper. That's going to end up. They'll be better than last season. They'll be top 6 good, but I don't think that's enough to get them Champions League football.
That's
Okay.
fair.
That's fair enough. All right, guys. So this is where we have to sort of bring the show to an end, but not before I sort of, give you guys my quiz questions.
I was about to say,
Wow.
It's time to crown who was the winner last week.
I think it was Chooks. Was it Chooks?
Chooks, yeah, Chooks. I think Chooks won it last week. Let's see who wins it this week. So I have some sort of 4 questions. 2 of them are Chelsea related because of Warriors joining us today. I said, okay, let me bring in half of the questions being Chelsea questions. I'm not, hopefully being nice to our guests. Right. Okay. So let's sort of crack on with it then. The first question is a sort of general question. Does any of you guys remember the highest scoring game in Premier League history, or in the Premier League era? Let's put it that way.
Highest scoring game in Premier League.
Or yeah. Okay. Or to make it easier, how many goals?
Aston Villa 7-2.
Nope. How many goals were scored in that game? Let me make it a bit easier.
12.
8 goals.
Not 12, not 8.
11.
More than 12.
What? Sorry?
More than 12.
No, it's not. It's less than 12.
It's 11.
11. Uzo, I'll give that to you. It's 11. 11 goals were scored in 2007.
I'm guessing it was 6-5, right?
No, 7-4.
Oh wow.
What
What
kind
is
of game was that?
Arsenal.
No, I think it was Portsmouth versus I can't remember. I can't see the other team now.
I feel
There
like
was
it's
a game.
ringing a bell. Did
Yes.
Cardiff score a hat-trick or something?
7-4, yeah. 7
That's
for
crazy. Let me
Portsmouth
look
versus
that up.
Yeah.
Cardiff scored a
7-4.
hat-trick.
No, I don't think so. No. I don't think it's that game. I don't think it's that game. But it was a 7-4 game in 2007. I think Portsmouth was Everton. So yeah. Right. Okay. So let's move on to the next question. Uzo, 1 point for you then.
Oh, nice. Oh,
So the next question then is so I have some names here: Andy Cole, Dimitar Berbatov, Jermaine Defoe, Sergio Aguero, and Alan Shearer. So these guys have something in common, right? And I'm going to give you guys like 3 options or 4
Top
options.
10 Premier League all-time goal scorers.
Wait, now I'm not going to give you the options already.
Oh.
Berbatov.
So
Cashing.
hold on. So let me read the names again: Andy Cole, Dimitar Berbatov, Jermaine Defoe, Sergio Aguero, and Alan Shearer. So what do they have in common? Is it that all those names? One is that did they come off the bench to score a hat trick, or did they score a hat trick in the first half, or did all of them score 5 goals in a game?
They scored a hat
Which
trick
one
in
Got
the
hat
first
trick in the
half.
first half.
No,
Wrong,
no,
wrong.
no.
Uzo and Rizzy wrong.
They scored 5 goals.
They scored 5 goals in a game.
Yeah, it's
All of
5
them
goals. Yeah,
in a
five goals.
Premier League
5 goals.
game.
5 goals.
They
The
all scored
answer.
5 goals in a Premier
Yeah, I
League
knew
game.
that because Palmer scored a hat trick in the first half, and I knew. I think he's the only one to do it or something else. Him and somebody else. It wasn't any of this guy. It wasn't
Well
any of
done.
this guy.
Well done, well done, Adams. So 1 point for you then. Right. So the 2 more questions which are sort of Chelsea related. So Peter Cech has a record for Premier League clean sheets. How many clean sheets do you think he had
I
or he
don't know,
had?
man. I don't
So
know.
I'll give you 3 options or 4 options. 20, and you have one guess each. 20.
Wait. Can you repeat the question?
How many clean sheets did he have?
Yeah, Peter Cech.
Entirely in his Chelsea career
Or
No,
No,
not
one
in his
season.
Chelsea career. In
the
the
same
season.
in a season. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
the season that he won the highest number of Premier League clean sheets, which he holds the record for. So 20, 22, 24, or 23?
I'll say
24.
20.
24. Wow, Uzo.
Whatever the
Wow.
highest number was, they considered like 3 goals that season.
Five.
That's crazy. I mean,
Wow.
15 goals that
15
season.
goals. 15 goals they consider season.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. That's
Uzo, you're on
crazy.
fire.
24.
Wow. Okay. So Uzo 2 points. Adams 1 point. Rizzy, no point
0
for you.
points.
Sorry, 0 points. All right. Okay. Final question then. So I have 4 Chelsea players here. Out of
No,
these
if
4
it's the
Chelsea,
final question, I've already won.
yeah,
I'll
you
take
have.
this one off. Let me
but-
let.
Oh, but
let me-
no, Adams can
And
tie.
that's gonna get
Oh,
tied.
Adams can tie.
Okay, choose.
Adams
Hey,
can
look
tie
at
if he
him.
gets it.
He already won.
Let
Yeah,
me
exactly.
log back
Already.
in. Let me log back in.
See,
Before
in the
he would do
history,
me like
in the
PSG
history of
did.
the Tottenham, they thinking they won already.
That's how they do. That's how they say already won.
Okay, final one. So I have 4 Chelsea players here, but out of these 4 players, one of them did never play the Premier League game for Chelsea. So I have Kennedy. I have remember Van Ginkel. Remember Lucas Piazon
Yeah.
and
Van
Patrick
Ginkel.
Bamford.
Van Ginkel.
Bamford never played a Premier
Let me
League.
get my one.
Sorry, man, it's Patrick Bamford.
Bamford never played a Premier League.
It's Patrick Bamford.
Bamfordinho, that's my boy. Leeds United legend.
Bamford, okay, that's true. Bamford.
Yeah, he never played the Premier League game for Chelsea.
Yeah.
So right,
Tied
Uzo.
2-2.
So
You see?
Uzo, you have to share the spoils with Adams.
Yeah, I like that guy. That dude, Reinders Selly.
See, we tied. One person is celebrating, one person is sad. That tells you the level.
Pius, you need a tiebreaker, man. You need a tiebreaker.
Okay, let me.
Rezi helped you win that because he was talking over the question. I didn't even hear anything. All I saw is that
You
you won.
would have even known, man.
I
I
was gonna rush the answer, man.
Those are Chelsea players, bro.
It was obviously Bamford. He never played for Chelsea. I don't know why he said Van Ginkel. That guy clearly played for Chelsea.
Yeah, he
Nah,
did.
man, I can't really remember that guy. Really,
Marco
Yeah,
Van
man, he
Ginkel.
just had a lot of
he was
injuries.
injured majority of the time. Just
Yeah.
injured majority of the time.
Yeah, but he got at least a couple runouts. Bamford never even saw the light of day.
I don't think I paid attention so much to get the Bamford. In my head, I thought I was saying something else. Because the first 2 guys, I can remember them playing Piazon. I can remember Piazon playing.
I remember Piazon.
Yeah.
Kennedy. Man,
Kennedy,
we have some players,
Kennedy played left back a lot of time, even though he's a
we have some players, man.
Yeah. So then I just felt like whoever is the 4th person is not.
Let's make the tiebreaker, Pius. Let's make the tiebreaker. Which of our teams got 3 points this weekend? Ha!
Nice one.
Oh no!
All right, so if you can't find the tiebreaker, it's cool. We can end.
Yeah, we'll have
At
to
the
do
same
this.
time, yeah. Right.
We'll have to do this. All right, guys. It was fun doing this with you guys. Rizzy, thanks for coming on. Thanks
Thank you.
We always enjoy your Chelsea perspective.
Somebody
worry,
to
man, don't
challenge
worry.
Adams' takes. Finally,
Nice to be here. Happy to be here.
Don't worry. Just calm on. We'll get to the league. Reggie, don't worry. We'll get to the league.
No worries.
Thanks for taking our time. I know you're a busy man. Thanks for taking our time to join us today.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah, hopefully we'll see you next week after you beat Man City. Or
That's
otherwise,
tradition. Like I said, some people were saying, "Oh, this is going to be a big test for Frank." Nah, not really.
easy.
Adams can be coaching Spurs. We'll still flog City, bro. Those are
Really?
our
That's the spirit. I like that.
I'm struggling to remember which Spurs manager hasn't beaten City. I can't think of one.
Swears.
They're our boys.
Adams,
They know. They're scared. That's why they don't want to give us Savinho. They want to wait till after the fixture. Nasty guys.
Adams, thanks again for joining
Yeah,
us.
man. Yeah, man. We
Looking forward
get
to
our
the
3 points delayed.
against West Ham, your former manager Graham Potter.
Yeah,
Looking
man.
forward to that.
We're getting him out of his job.
Are
Did you
you
guys
sure
see that quote where he said the goals changed the game?
Yeah.
And the West Ham fans were like, "Well, thanks, Graham. We didn't."
Like, I don't wish Graham Potter post match analysis.
He's a funny guy. The
Oh,
boys
my
gave
worst
their
enemy.
all.
Bro. Nah, we went through it that season, man.
That guy scared me, man. Nah.
He did. It can be too.
All right, guys. I see you next week then. Cheers.
Good night, guys. Yeah, have a nice week.